Welcome back to Roll Top Realms, going over our second session of Never Going Home, our first time playing it on the channel with new players, and we're going to talk about what did we learn and like about how things went in our first combat. This was our very first combat, or we finished up our combat.
Yeah.
How did
that go?
I
didn't realize running to cover to take aim was a full turn. I thought I was going to be able to shoot as well, but so I think that's what threw me off, which made me had to change my whole tactic with combat. But it wasn't bad. I like learning. Learning curve's nice.
Okay. Well, this is also learning for me too, because I inserted cover as an action because it wasn't covered in the game.
Okay.
There was no mention of cover, what benefits you'd get from cover, and I knew because of like the group I'm playing with that we at least have had maybe not military training experiences, but playing video games experiences. Is like taking cover is important, and so that's why I inserted it as you are actively looking for cover, and so that becomes an action where you get benefit, but you only really benefit from cover when it's a ranged attack against you.
Yeah.
So that's why it didn't really become effective in this instance. But next, now knowing that you're going up against Germans, and these Germans, they seem to be sick, but you don't know if they're these same kind of disfigured soldiers the German soldiers that you had just encountered. So it might swing a different way this next combat. So, but yeah, it might come up next time. Anybody else? What did John? What did you think?
I think that I kind of explored my inner Warhammer 40k Death Creed Astra Militarum, and I kind of got to learn about that fantasy. Oh yeah. So this definitely has a very specific Black Library vibe to me, and I'm really digging it. So this combat went a lot better than I had hoped. I probably should have switched back to a firearm, but I was kind of like very invested in making that spade work. So I'm glad we came to Isaiah Cross's rescue, because I know he would have done the same.
Well, he came to fix your mistake first. What happened?
Yeah. Well, it would have been over quicker if you actually landed the first hit, but it's all right.
Yeah, I would have got stabbed.
We saved it in post. It's all right.
Cover worked a little bit different. That's why I charged. I'm thinking like, all right, he covered and might help him, but I didn't know that was only for ranged attacks.
Yeah,
so if I would have known that ahead of time, I probably would, as Cross would have went back and charged the guy, behind me, which gave Vex a better shot. He wouldn't have got stabbed, because I've probably been there to take that damage. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he landed his shot. I was like, I'm right behind or in front of this German. He misses shooting me.
I tried to. Maybe that's a failure on my part. I thought I had made it clear from the get-go, like cover is for ranged benefit. You get benefit.
Might have said it, but you get used to playing certain ways, and then
yeah,
you're only gonna know it when you do it, and now it's
you
make a mistake once, and then you're gonna remember it. So
yeah. So now we all know how cover works. I thought it went really good. I was a little worried at first that with all the different checks that you had to make, I think the only person that didn't end up making a check for corruption was maybe Sergeant Voorhees.
Yeah.
And that was because how close he was to this creature.
Oh, I missed one. I got one corruption.
Yeah, but the one character that did not even check for corruption.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Was Sergeant Voorhees, was Brendan's character, and that was because of the range of that effect. So you had to be in melee to be affected by it. And because Sergeant Gordon pulled...
Yeah, that's kind of why I decided to do the range attack. That's why I ran away cover. I was like, well, if they've got flesh hanging out their face and they're caked with blood and mud and they got cloudy eyes, I don't want to be near them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was... sorry, go ahead. No, you.
Yeah, from like a pure stat perspective is why I kept relying on the gun, because it's like I have a plus to ranged attacks and not melee. So my first instinct is, okay, I want to be able to deal as much as I possibly can or have a better shot at this.
I was in the same process mindset,
yeah. So, I mean, because my first gut instinct, like when the first guy popped up and tried to grab me, would be swing my rifle butt around and catch him in the head and then possibly shoot him. But I know that I don't have an advantage to that, so I'm going to take a couple steps back and try to blast him.
Yeah, play to your strengths. In fact, also part of like playing as a unit together is this assist action, where you have to spend your individual action to assist the player who's going next. So like you can drive if there's an enemy in cover, you can drive them out of cover by maybe doing a suppressing fire to drive them out of cover. Just for example, that didn't come up in this one, in this combat, but perhaps in other combats you can attempt to assist, and that lowers it doesn't change the target number, but it does make your dice rolls a little easier to hit since you're hitting on 4-ups instead of 5-ups.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and that's also another homebrew that I put in. I'm really enjoying it. I love that the system is able to kind of even if you're new to the game, to role playing in general, like it's still like, I think that it forces the player to like draw out this like imagination that's deep inside. Like, we're adults, and so we've learned to suppress that over the years as we've grown. We don't utilize that muscle as much, but like, Charles hasn't played he's never played role-playing games before. He's listened to podcasts for a while, and he's followed along with videos and things like that, but like, he's never played, and he's doing great. Chuck, are you having fun as a brand new player to role-playing?
Yes, I'm definitely having fun doing this. I do feel like I need to come out my shell a little bit more. I was a little bit more suppressed with us being our first time.
Yeah.
So as we do it more, I become more out of my shell here. But like, yeah, I'm definitely having fun.
No, that's great. That's good to hear. We might take more than 2 sessions. I hope you're willing to bear.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Let's shoot for a weekend next time.
Do you want to shoot for a weekend? Okay.
Friday. Fridays
are good for me. Well, wait. No, Fridays are not usually good for me because I'm playing in.
Saturday?
I'm playing in Brendan's game. Saturdays are good for me. Sundays are not, because we're supposed to record Kids on Bikes on Sundays.
I can do Saturday. I can do any Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturdays are usually pretty good.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Saturday nights are good. Saturday nights, right?
Yeah, what about you, John?
Most Saturdays will work. It's kind of like a 50-50, because like sometimes like every couple of weekends I'll go back home to Indiana, and it may limit access to my computer. But if there's like a communication ahead of time, like, hey, we're doing it this weekend, like I'll make the time. I'll get there.
Okay.
And hey, seriously, looking again, computers, you can do the monthly things for them, like something like this or whatever, like games you're playing that your computer right now can barely run. You can find something really good for like $750, especially with sales coming up around the holidays. Like, you can put your monthly payments on a firm and spend like $80 a month to pay it off, depending on how much you spend. And if you do it like on the holidays, like Black Friday, you can get that knocked off like $300 of what you were gonna buy.
Yeah, and Labor Day's coming up too.
Yeah, Labor
You
Day's
can also, yeah.
like I buy Power. Like, I buy Power. They do that. Newegg, I buy Power, and you get a 3-year warranty too. So like it's super worth it.
And it might be something as simple as just adding more RAM to your computer. And that's super easy to do. I can help you out sometime. We're kind of getting off topic. I'm gonna edit this out. But
yeah.
Was there pausing for edit? So guys, was there anything else that you wanted to bring up about our experience in this game, in this session?
No, it's good storytelling for sure. It definitely makes you use your imagination for you to kind of think about things, think about your next step. Especially learning the mechanics of the word helps out a lot.
Yeah, I think as we learn the mechanics, it'll get a little bit quicker and easier for everybody to kind of understand what a role would entail. I think that's part that kind of might be tricky for new players. I've been having to dive deep into like, okay, well, how would this role go? What do I need to ask what do I need to prompt my players to do and think about? But it's a new game.
It just takes time because I was like, hey, can I roll for like initiative or can I roll for this? And I'm like, nope, no rolling.
Yeah, because I remember your text. You were like, well, I don't have any dice, and I don't have a deck of. What does it mean, a deck of cards? I was like, don't worry about it. Yeah, because it's so different than other mainstream role playing games. If there's nothing else, I think that's a good stopping point. I hope you, my players, number one, enjoyed it. And I hope you, the listener, also enjoyed it, because things are going to happen next time on Roll Top Realms mid-season season of Never Going Home. Thanks. Bye for now. Please remember to like, subscribe, and maybe comment.